there, everyone. I hope you are all doing good. Stasma here, and today we are going to talk about the Mixwitch from Klavis in Belgium. This is what I refer to as the kind of utility king module, in the sense that it can do an insane amount of things in a quite simple way. In this video, I'm going to show you a case where I use 4 of them. I've asked the guy at Klavis, who are, by the way, sponsoring the video, as they kindly sent me those 4 at no cost for me, even though I don't get paid for the video, blah, 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 you know the story. In the video, I'm not even going to try to attempt to show you everything that can be done with this, but I'm going to show you why this is a very important type of module to have in a system. You can use that to compute things. It's like RAM for your modular synthesizer. I like to call it that way. Basically, the more of this you have, the more complex operations you can do. I like to have multiple utilities that are actually the same, especially when they are very flexible, because you can multiply the tasks, but all with the same interface. I'm rambling a little bit, but whatever. I'm going to show you a bunch of fun stuff to do with this. So let's go for it. Have fun. Okay, here is a first patch, already patched, just to give you an idea of some of the stuff we can do with these things. So this one, the first one, I'm using it to mix 4 audio signals, all coming from the RAM pools, individual outs to different filters. Breakbeat mess. So this is the first channel. Second channel. Simple, efficient. 4-channel audio mixer. Then I have this sequence. This one is more complicated. I'm using this one as a 4-to-1 switch. Nothing in this input. CV from the octone in this input. And 2 lanes of the no control down here. One super low note here, repeated. Some weird stuff going out here. And more sequency stuff here. It's all changing all the time because also the direction of the no control is changing all the time. These 2 are sequencers. This one is changing the envelope length of mat. This one is sent to a few different places. Frequency on the grainity that you can't see because it's hidden in the spaghetti down there. Also doing some stuff here. I thought it was a funny patch anyway. Generative, weird chiptune jungle. Okay, so here are not 1, but yes, 4 Mixwitch. I've asked the guys at Klavis to send me 4 of these for a demo because I think this kind of ultra-flexible utility module is quite overlooked. And you might say, why have 4 of these? Well, you will see. I'll show you some of the many things that this does. And also why having more than 1 can help you achieve very complex stuff by just patching them together as simple building blocks. So first, let's have a look at the interface. So basically, it is a 4-channel, 1, 2, 3, 4, mixer or offset generator. So here we have the inputs for all of the 4 channels. We have output A and output B. So straight away, we can use this as 2 2-channel mixers instead of just 1 4-channel mixers. So that's already one of its strengths. Then we have those little switches, buttons actually, on top of each channels, which are either to go on the plus side or to invert your input. I like when you can do this that way because then you have the full range of the knob. It's much more precise than those that are at inverters with the center in the middle. We also have a log button that changes the curve, which, depending on your input signal, might make the knob more precise. There's also a mute for A and a mute for B. Okay, so let's start with the mixer side of things. Okay, so I have the pulse of the Banshee reach in A, and output 1 of the twin waves in B. I can very easily blend the two together before sending them to a filter. Let's send a modulation source to channel B1 here. This is a slow cycling channel of math. I could make a second one sharper. And send it here. You can see that already what we have going on here is 2 channels of audio mixed on the top section, 2 controls mixed on the down sections, each sent to different things. Now we might want to make a sequence. Well, you can use that guy as a sequencer. I'm going to use the end of rise here. Send it to the clock input of the bottom section that you can see here. And here, you can now choose what is going to alternate between all the channels. So here I've chosen clock, so at every pulse, we move 1 step. Let's send that to a quantizer and to our oscillators. And so these offsets are now going to become our voltage value that are going to be quantized. Changing to log will give us a different range that I find more useful to dial in precise pitch. You know what? Let's make the same thing with the second one. Send the output of the first one to this channel here. Output of the second one to this channel here. Let's also set this one to clock. But let's cycle through until B is lit up. So we are going to be able to use B, those two in B1 and B2, as switch. So we will have this sequence, then this sequence. This one to log as well. Put on some random pitches. So yeah, quite crazy all the things you can do with just 4 of the same modules when it's that flexible. Okay, now I'm going to patch a West Coast style voice. We'll use a clock. Once again for this one, 4-step. Send that here to use A1 and A2 as a mixer. Output of the mixer to the quantizer. Now I will use a gate that happens only every 8 clock tick to advance this one. Send that to A2. So here, if I put this knob at max, I have only sequence 1. This is nice. Now I will add this one, which will transpose the sequence every 8 steps. Let's add some reverby delay things. From that guy, the MFX pedal. Now let's make use of one of the other interesting things. Now I will want B in CV mode, because I will want to use the B channel as a comparator. What the hell is this? So, for example, I will take my pitch out after the quantizer. Patch it to CV. So every time I have a very high note, it will move here. As there's nothing plugged in, if I put it at max, basically I will have a gate every time the pitch is high, which I'm going to use to trigger an event. Could be adding glide on that same sequence, for example. But as it's an offset, I can decide of its level, which is great. I can patch it straight to the modulation destination, decide how much it will affect things. Let's trigger an envelope now. also, for example, turn smooth voltage. It's one of the output of the mod menus over here. And using the CV address thing, we can now make it address different steps with different values. Use that to control whatever, which is then not going to be really tied to a grid. Can create some interesting things. It's basically a bit like math, but without the function generators, but it's the building blocks of... This is a computer. It's an analog computer. You can compute things using each of these. So the more you have, the more complex you can compute. I love this thing. And when you use it as a switch or a sequencer, you can also decide that inside one of these steps, there will be something else than the offset. So now, when we go to A2, we will have whatever is outputted from the mod menus over here. Giving us some moment of instability. Okay, final switch practice. When you want to use the Mixwitch with an external sequencer. So what I'm going to do is to plug all 3 lanes of the no control. I will also sync the octone with the no control and plug the 4th lane. So we will have a 64-step sequence. So all 4 pitches sent to the module. Let's put them all at max. I'm going to send that to the quantizer and to the twin wave. Actually, bypass the quantizer because I can quantize the twin wave itself. Let's use another mix switch to mix this output and the sub output. Send that to Grady T. I need one of the gate from the no control to do the switching. For a bit more predictability, I will set the octone to be less than 8 step. So yeah, now. So it will not repeat the same thing over and over again. That's a nice lead line. You could duplicate whatever line of sequence to send it and be repeated over 8 steps to any other destination, such as the cutoff frequency of the filter. I'm going to send the envelope out of the no control straight to CV input of the scan pan. And I have a lovely tone. Let's control the granular division with one of the rows. Many thanks to you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks to Klavis for sending the modules. If you want to support the channel, please go have a look at my Patreon page where you can find some samples from this session and also get some teaching if you're interested. You can also buy some stuff from the affiliate links in the description and go grab some music on Bandcamp, either on my page or on my label page, Concrete Collage. Many thanks again. See you next time. Bye bye.